What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got some more content for y'all today. We got a 2008 Chevy Impala in the house. Got to put a transmission in it. On the video, taking it out, showing y'all the process. As y'all seen probably in the shorts I've been posting of the black Impala, I got the motor and the transmission out. Wasn't too bad because the guy's junking it, so I took it out fast. This transmission, guys, is one of the hardest transmissions to do if you don't have a lift at your house, but it can be done. But this is one of the hardest transmissions because the back of the transmission wraps around the back of the motor, and it can be kind of tedious on the transmission jack. This process is going to be the same on the 3500, 3800, and the other one, 3200, I think it is. But we're going to go ahead and get to it. Before start the video, if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Only 90% of y'all watching my videos are not subscribed. So only 7% of y'all are subscribed and 90% are not subscribed. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. We got plenty of content coming. I got 6 other cars here for transmissions. This is the transmission month, guys. So I'm gonna put y'all on the tripod, or put y'all somewhere, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the chase. Let me turn y'all around with it. Before y'all even jack the car up, same process, guys. On all the videos, every video y'all see me do, start up top. Alright, guys, battery's already out of it. We're gonna go ahead and take this ball out. We're gonna take the air box, the beauty cover off, and we're gonna get access to the whole transmission. Go ahead and get most of the bell housing bolts loose. The axles and the starter, we'll get that out once the subframe's down. The hardest part about this job is going to be the freaking rack and pinion. It's going to be the rack and pinion because you got 2 bolts that go in this way, but the one on the passenger side, sometimes the bolt won't come out like all the way. So you got to take a big pry bar and pry on the stabilizer bar back there to get the bolt out. But this can be done, guys. It's gonna be a little bit more time consuming, like I said, without a lift. But this is one of the more tedious transmission jobs to do. So bear with me. I try to make good content for y'all today. Let's get to it. Alright, guys, let's get to it. We got 13s right here. Most of the sockets y'all gonna need for this job is 13, 14, 15, and 18 up top. But yeah. I like throwing the bolts up top like that. Undo that wire right there, and do your little thing right here. Yeah, thought I had everything out. Thought I had everything out, guys. Let's see here. There you go. Throw that to the side. Take your hand to turn the whole filler neck for your oil. Pop the beauty cover off. Toss it to the side. Actually, yeah. Put it back down in there. That way nothing would drop down in the motor. Because if you like me, get bad luck sometimes. I don't know what they got going on right here with these wires, but we'll just leave them alone for now. Take your finger and lift that hose up real easy. Pop the safety clip out right here. Went flying. Unhook your mass airflow sensor. Let me see here. Yep. Take the flathead screwdriver. Loosen up this clamp. Be very careful with this one because these Impalas love breaking their air boxes for some freaking reason. Oh, this process works in the Malibu also. Has the same transmission. What in the world we got going on right there? Somebody didn't have the air box fastened down all the way. Put this inside the car because you don't want this to get moisture in it. Pull your air filter out. Should go out there for now. I keep forgetting every time on these vehicles. Underneath the air box is the computer. I don't know why Chevrolet does this on these Malibus and Impalas. I don't know why they put the air box. They put the computer right there where the air box is. I mean, water and shit gets caught down there all the time. We're just gonna unclip this baby. Bear with me, guys. Now, show y'all what I'm talking about. Right there, there's your freaking computer. There's your transmission computer and your ECU together. So, there you go. Really messed up design. Now you got a big hole right here now, guys. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. So right down here, hold on guys, trying to get y'all right. You got the plug down at the bottom. Transmission plug, unhook it, move it to the side. Alright. Let me get y'all back in my hands so that I can show you what I'm doing. That way y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright guys, unplugged the plug right here. Now we're going to take these out. These are 12s. Unbolt your shift linkage. Take a little screwdriver and pop it up back down the back. Your shift linkage and all this shit, just done, bug. Flop it to the side, just lay it in here out the way. Computer and stuff, just keep it laid in here. Don't let this shit fall out. Undo this little clip right here, holding these wire harness and crap. Unhook that ground while you're looking at it. Hiding underneath the exhaust manifold. If you can see, you got one back in the back. You can see way back there. There it is, but right there at the top left-hand side of the screen, there's an 18 bolt there. So you can look at the other transmission where your bolts are. You have 18 there, 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 and there. The one at the bottom, you get it when the subframe's out. Back up top, like I said, get all those. Go ahead and get your bear housing bolts out. hit the your shift linkage and stuff over here at the top over here before y'all drop the subframe. Don't do it before you drop the subframe, because you can get antifreeze in your face laying on the ground. If you're like me, you don't like antifreeze getting in your freaking face. Unhook this radiator hose from the radiator. I repeat myself, unhook this radiator hose, because when you take that subframe down, the only thing holding this motor, guys, is these two dog legs. Alright? And if something happens and the motor leans too back much, or I don't know, I never had one happen, but either way, you'll break the radiator when the motor leans. So if y'all scared, y'all can put the motor bar across to help hold it up. I usually take the motor bar to help hold it up sometimes anyways when I'm putting the subframe back in. But anyways, let's go ahead and cut to the chase, and we'll get that situation later. Bare house and bolts, shift linkage, that ground's down there. And after that, we can go ahead and jack the vehicle to the moon. I love this new Hercules darn extended ratchet. Just get right in there like it's nothing. Ooh, I need to charge the battery on it, guys. I forgot to charge the battery on it last time I used it. Well, also what I like about this extended ratchet, the battery charger charges both this little battery and the big battery for the big gun. Charges both batteries. You don't gotta buy a separate charger or nothing. So, if you want good tools, you need to try this Hercules out. I haven't had no issues with it. Reach your hand down here after you done buck them loose. Stick your bell house and bolts right on top of the darn hood and that little shroud thing up there. I did go ahead and bring the motor bar over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just hook it up. That way I can go ahead and show y'all where I hook the motor bar to. Putting it back in. You can hook it up, taking it out or whatever. If you don't feel safe, you know what I mean, with these two things just holding it, and you don't want to break anything. But I'm gonna show you in a minute where I hook the motor bar to. And this two chain, but you hook one chain around your exhaust manifold, and you hook your other chain around that hook way over there in front of the alternator. But I'll show y'all. And then you can use your motor bar to lower the engine and transmission down slowly after you get the A-frame out. As like I said, once you drop that A-frame, everything's dropping on your head if you're not careful. This job right here is very sketchy on a lift or whatever, because I mean, the only thing holding the motor is going to be that motor bar and those two dog legs. Alright, all the bear housing bolts are out, except for that one on the very bottom I told you about. I'm going to go ahead and hook the motor bar up, see where I put it at, and we're going to go ahead and jack this thing up, guys. Like I said, the radiator hose, we'll unhook her at the last second possible, because I do not want antifreeze in my face right now. Put it right down that groove right there. Right there. Hold on one second. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and tighten this one up. We want these things tight as all the way up right now. because we need every bit of these to lower the engine down where we need it to be at. I'll do it that way. Alright, guys. Let's see here. Find my chain. Alright. First chain, we're going to go right down here behind these lines, behind the lines. Reach your hand under here, come back up, and we're going to hook it right around that exhaust manifold. As tight as you can get it. If you have to release, lower your thing down a little bit to get that link in, do it. Alright, I'll get y'all a better angle in a minute. One over here, we're going to go around this hook where the alternator is. Like I said, get the chains tight. That way when you put the motor back in, you tighten it back up, everything's holding where you need to have it at. I mean, the motor might still be leaning, but I'll show y'all the little trick I know to get it back straight. Alright, guys. Let me get y'all a better angle for y'all that you can see what I just did. So, chain, go behind these lines. Go around your exhaust manifold, come back up. Alright? On the other side, hook it around the hook right there in front of your alternator. We're done up top for right now. We can go ahead and jack it up to the moon. And we'll start working underneath it. So, like axles stay in it until the subframe's down. Torque converter both stay until subframe comes down. So we're working on subframe now. Like I said, we're going to jack it to the moon, guys. You see that bar start to slip, go ahead and put your stuff under it, and you get a new bike. Just like that right there. Now I'm going to put some stuff under it. I'm going to get a little bite on our ass. Damn. Well, I got both of them fit under there. Get the other one over here on it. Supposed to be 100 degrees today, guys. So bear with me. Alright, we'll go ahead and get a little bite with this thing. Before we go down, we're going to see how high we are. And we're going to be looking at the other lip. Because that lip does get in your way. We're at 25 inches right now, guys. 24 is the magic number. In this situation, we're probably going to go at least 27, 28 inches. So, I'm going to let it down and get a little bite on it. We're going to see if we can get a little inch out of it. And that darn wind moved. Let's see here. Go right there. We're just gonna get a little bite on her. So we can get one more inch out of her. Watch that wind fall out in the right side. Got to pay attention. That's why usually I put a tile and then a wind, because the tile won't let the wind slide. All right. There's a spider. I hate spiders. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to find some little pieces of wood that I can get a little inch or two out of this. Alright, let's see how it works out. Very easy. Alright, you did nail. If you're not sure, you can always take the other jack over the side and just stick under there. When I take the tires off, I always throw them on there too all the time. But yeah. Pull that out. check our heights again. Alright guys, we're at 27 inches. That should give us enough room to get it out. Give it a little shake test. She ain't going nowhere. I'll get back to y'all in a minute when we're under the vehicle. Alright guys, I'm underneath the vehicle. Sorry for this darn crazy close-up angle. This other camera of mine don't zoom out like my other one does. Transmission pan right here, looking at it. Something's leaking on this thing. We're gonna see where this oil is coming from later on. Looks like the front seal of the transmission's leaking. The exhaust, don't have to touch it. That's the good news about these Impalas. The exhaust goes over the frame. The hard part is that bolt right there. So when you get it out, sometimes it bumps up against this bar. The other one comes out usually all the way. But that's your 2 bolts for your rack and pinion. So once you get the rack and pinion unbolted, woohoo, hello there. Mr. Bushing is busted. You take your rack and pinion right here, the tie rods, and do what I always do, tie them to the top of your shock tower. And the rack and pinion will stay in there, and you don't have to worry about it falling out, then you gotta get the steering wheel straight and all that bullshit. But yeah, once you get on the vehicle, get those 2 nut bolts out. Come to this side over here. You can get a winch on that on both sides. Winch there and right there. Hope I ain't too close. Hopefully y'all can see that, guys. Once you get that undone, of course, go ahead and get the tires off. Hit that bottom ball joint nut right there. You're gonna push the axle back just a little bit, get that nut to clear on both sides. Take a little ball joint separator, stick in there, go ahead and get it loose. But once that's loose and everything, you come over here and hit this bolt here, this nut here, and this nut here for your motor mount to the side. After you hit these 2 and that, you can go ahead and put your jack under it and go ahead and drop this subframe. But keep in mind when you drop the subframe, be very careful, because on this side you got your power steering return line and shit, pressure line right there. Make sure it's routed the way. Take a picture if you have to, because some of them route different. And if yours has this stupid splash guard on it, just take off all the both tins right there, one over here, and it'll get out your way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Bear with me. Once I get everything loosened, I'll show y'all dropping the subframe, and we'll go ahead and get the starter. It's a whole lot easier to get to that starter and to talk about the bolts when the subframe's out of your way. I mean, it's always easier. So bear with me, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, right here on the spindle, just with 34 millimeter, and the one on the bottom for your tie rods right here is going to be 18. So hit those 2 on both sides, and once you turn the spindle around, I'll show you how to get the bottom ball joint unloosened. On this side, do the same for the other side. And then I'll go ahead and climb under there and go ahead and get the top. Once you get that rack loose, you're in the ball game. So this transmission should be out in a little, maybe 30 to 40 minutes. Might take longer because I'm videoing. So bear with me, guys. I'll be back once I get this loosened up. Alright guys, I got it loose. See? Push it in a little bit. Tie wad. See this little groove right here cut out in the thing? Go all the way up. Make sure this tie rod is all the way up as far as you can get it. Take a piece of wire or something and tie the heel. You wrap around here on both sides. So when you drop the subframe, your wax is going to sit there. It ain't going to fall out on your face. We'll turn this around all the way. Damn, you can't see. Take that quarter key out right there. And that's going to be an 18 also. It was an aftermarket ball joint with 19. But make sure you push your axle back just a little bit to make that nut clear. Do the same for the other side. And after that, we will after that you take a fork, ball joint separator, stick it right in there and beat on it until you get it loose. And once it's loose, that's when you can go under the vehicle to go ahead and get the rest of the rack and pinion undone. After you get everything unloosened, you can see I got the ball joint right here loose from the spindle. Make sure you hit those two nuts right there on the driver's side. 215s. And then we're gonna go ahead and tie these tie rods up as far as we can get them, tight as we can get them. Like I said, for the tie rod, the rack and pin to hold it up in there, just wrap a piece of wire around the end of it. Go up to about your middle one, put as tight as you can. Do the same for both sides. Tight as you can. That's what's gonna keep your rack in there. Falling out in your head. Alright, back under the vehicle once again. It's going to be 2 18s, 18 nut, 18 in the back. It'll hold the back side to turn the front. We got to get it broke loose first. So this is the hardest part about the job. Well, one of the hardest part about the job is getting this rack loose. Once the rack is loose, you can just push it up a little bit, just get it out of the groove. And the subframe should be coming down in a minute, guys. Don't forget to get your 215s right here. So I'll be back in a minute when I get these broke loose, and if this bolt hits this bar, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Alright guys, the moment of truth. You see this bolt hits. That's it. It's hitting. Right there, barely hitting that frame. So take a pry bar. You can pry it down. It's gonna be tight as shit. Once you get it out, you can take a grinder or something and just grind the washer just a little bit right inside the bolt, and then slide right in it, in and out better. What I do sometimes, I just spin it around. I put the bolt in from that side and the nut on that side. You don't have that freaking problem. This other one should come right out. But yeah. Subframe is, the back ones bolts are 13/16. The front ones are 19s. But once you get, like I said, once you get these out and the T15s out here, you can go ahead and drop the subframe real slowly. So I'll put y'all back on the other camera, show me slide the subframe out, and transmission will be out here shortly, but we got a long way ahead of us. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, after about an hour, this bolt that goes right here was a bitch. Sometimes you can take a pry bar and pry it, right to strap it. I ended up having to get the two bolts out right there on the side over there to give me enough room. But going back in, just take a grinder and grind this washer down flat to one side, and it'll go right back in. Take these two nuts out right here. We're gonna go ahead and get this subframe down. Finally. Alright guys, if I did this right, the motor won't drop in my head. Get the jack back under it again. And what I do is I leave this subframe on the jack until we go to put it back in. Alright. If I did this right, motor ain't gonna drop my head. 13/16 in the back. Be smart, don't lay directly under it. Come down slowly with this subframe because there's a couple of clips and shit for these lines and shit. There's one. You go to the other side in the back, then we get the front last. There's two. Switch my thing around the other side. 19's in the front. That's three. Alright guys. Let's see what she wants to do. Come down slowly. Come down slowly. See what the hell what's going on up top. Double check everything. Sometimes you gotta give it a little helping hand over here on this mount right here. This mount is shot, but alright. Pop those lines out the groove like that. Alright. There we go. You let it pop in the front. Usually it's hung on this plastic shit in the front that I left in there. She's coming, guys. Uh-oh. See how she's stuck again? I know what it's stuck on too. It's stuck on that stupid motor mount over there. Make sure your racket gets stuck. Yeah. Let's get stuck in that back mount. That side mount right here. That mount is a fucking bitch. Every time. Talking about something to get hung on, it's gonna be that mount. Alright, the rack is loose from it. That's what was holding it. Damn it. Come on. Sometimes this bitch is gonna drop right out and I ain't gonna be able to catch it. thing holding this son of a bitch. One thing holding this son of a bitch is that stupid mount on this side. It's like, come on out, mount. Alright. The motor's holding what it's supposed to be, but we got this mount on this side over here that would not want to come out. I don't know why they do this shit. There goes the mount right there. Whoop, son of a bitch. Alright. She's out. It is what it is. So that's how it comes. There you are. Subframe's on the jack. It's getting hung at that mount right there. That sits down that hole. I hate that design. But look, everything's holding there like it's supposed to. Now, we can get back up, back under here. We're gonna make sure to put these bushes back on there too when we're done. So, don't forget those. Yeah, one goes below, one goes up top. Hold on. Alright, now, look at all this room you got now. This, line, you can just stick it right there for a second. Right now you can go ahead and get this little bracket off right here, 3 bolts, get that off. These cooler lines of the transmission, they'll be last because we ain't gonna get pissed on the transmission fluid right now. Along with the axles, we'll get the axles out in a minute. Transmission's fixing to be out because the hard part is over. There's that fucking mount that I got hung on. Now going back in, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a freaking pain in the ass. It's falling apart anyways. But then talk to the customer. He don't feel like putting a mount on it. He just wants the transmission in it. So, anyways, we're gonna get the starter undone, and then we're gonna go from there. So hit the starter, and then you get the tugboat bolts out where the starter is. The starter's gonna hang down to you. All this shit's gonna hang. To be honest, there's a brand new starter on it. So you got 2 bolts right there, 2 13s, facing straight up. You get the starter out. Remember what I told y'all, when something's in your way, like wires and stuff, you know, just keep everything together. Good old lucky zip ties. They come in handy when you're doing this shit. Just find somewhere to tie it out the way, and you're gonna worry about it. Alright, so after running into a freaking grease storm, the front seal in this thing's leaking real bad. I'm not messing with the front seal in this thing. I'll let somebody else do it. But they'll just start to tie it the way. And look at that, they get wiped at the torque converter bolts. That's an 18. Your torque converter, not torque converter, your harmonic balancer bolt to turn the motor over was a 15. There's an 18. You got 3 18s for torque converter bolts. Once you get the torque converter bolts out, we can go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and pull the axles out. When you pull the axle out, you're gonna have to put a bucket up to catch some fluid and She's fixing to be out, guys. Like I said, the cooling lines will be last if you don't want to lay in fluid. 18s for the tugboat boats. Let me crap myself. That boat right there is an 18 that I can turn the motor over. I don't know why that motor over there had a 15 in it. I have no clue. But this one right here and this one's an 18. Alright, of course the sun's going to be right in y'all's face, like always. We've got the bottom of the spindle. Push the axle out. The back side. Pull, pull, pull. Now just let it sit there just real easily. You don't want to pull that axle too bad. So now the axle's down. Alright, put a bucket under the white where the axle goes into the transmission. Then you take a freaking pry bar. See if we can pop her ass out now. Let's see here. Bear with me. Let me climb under there. It's always tedious. Trying not to be in the way of the camera for y'all. But this here's kind of Cocoa Puffs. Alright. Like I said, this is kind of one of the weirdest transmissions to do. You just take a pry bar and just go, look. Here it comes. There it goes. Now fluid should pull out this hole when I pull this axle. Just depends how it wants to do. Alright, none pulled out this time. If none pulls out this hole, it'll be definitely some at the other side. Well, I got y'all right there. Let me fix y'all, sorry. Here's your speed sensor right here. I hate that they got this stupid tape around it. It's just heat tape. Be careful, unplugging it. You got a bolt here, a 15 holding a bracket for your power steering high pressure line. Now don't forget, you got a bolt here, there, 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 and there. It's a bracket you gotta pull out from there, and way through that hole you'll see, way in the back, I'll show y'all in a little while, there's a bell housing bolt hiding. So don't forget about this bracket. Alright, once you're in the vehicle again, there's that bolt I took out for the high pressure line. Just flip the thing up. Every Impala I've seen does this shit. The protective wire loom comes off the wires. Very carefully get your wires out the little brackets, the little pins right here. And right there you got a stupid safety clip right there to get out for your speed sensor. Just knock it off like that and unplug it. Get to the side. Alright. Speaking motor mount falling apart right on top of me. Like literally falling, shit falling on me as it's sitting there. But let's go ahead and get these this bracket off, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. This thing's about out. It's probably only 2 bolts holding the transmission in right now. Alright, so after you got that bracket out right there, you look way in the back there. Damn it. Anyways, guys, look, just look through the hole. And way back in the back, way back there, there's a bell housing bolt. Alright. Alright, for the last time, behind it, you need to reach your hand over this thing in a minute. After you let it down, after you let the motor and transmission down a little bit, get the 10mm out and pull your dipstick out. That dipstick will get hung up on everything possible getting this thing out. But I'm gonna go back up top. We're gonna start lowering the thing down a little bit of time, and this transmission is gonna be out, guys. The reason you gotta let it down too is you don't got enough room right here to pull the transmission off. But there's literally 2 bolts holding this thing in, the transmission to the motor. So now we're just gonna take our things right here and turn both sides. I'm gonna do this by both hands. So I'm gonna put y'all probably right here. Give me a second, guys. I gotta get my stool. Alright, guys, I'm gonna lower this thing down both sides at a time. Hope y'all don't fall down. I'm just gonna lower it down. And you can look through the hole down. You can look down through the back to make sure the rack ain't trying to fall with it. Keep an eye on this radiator hose. 90% of the time I unhook it, but you do enough of them, you know how far to go. Now these cooling lines down here for this transmission, somebody's replaced these cooling lines already before. So let me take y'all back down below, because somebody's done replaced these cooling lines and they're not long enough like they usually are. So give me a second. We're gonna stop making a mess now. I'm already making a mess here. You got these safety clips. You got a safety clip right here. The little plastic thing, make sure you pull them back. Pull both of them back. Take a pick, and you got clips right in here. See if I can get it on camera for y'all. Let's see, it should be about right here. So I can see it. My eyesight is getting worse, guys. Let's see here. I'll take this one out here. I see this one. The other one I can't see. Right there. Just get in there. So I'll pop the clip out. Make sure you hold on to it, because if it flies across the ground, you'll be pissed off when you can't find it. Well, get it. Sorry, I hate when we can put these clips in backwards. Anyways, guys, that clip, whoever put, and it shot across the yard. Hold on, it landed right beside me. Do not lose that clip. If you feel like popping them out of that plastic thing, just hit that 13 right there. Hit that 13. And here it comes the bottom line. Do the same for this other line. Hold on. Alright, when you got the clip out that one right there, you just take it, jiggle it around, pull it out like that. You let them piss for a second. God bless it. Once the lines stop pissing, you can move them out the way. We're going to go back up top and lower this thing down some more. It goes down as far as we think we need to go. You're basically going to lower it until you get the top of the transmission right here clear from the side of the car. And then we can get back there and then get that dipstick out. And that dipstick, well, actually, to be honest with you, you can get to that 10 from up top. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that 10 right. I forgot that 18 like that too. Sorry guys. God almighty, what's my thing doing? Anyways, you see the dipstick down to the back right there. I don't know what the heck my thing's doing. Throw the dipstick down, you can see that 10 down there. Get that 10 out. Once you get the bolt out, we can about then just pull this dipstick out. Alright, so pull the dipstick out. That's when I really made a mess. I forgot to move the bucket. So a lot of fluid came out the dipstick hole. Back to up top. We'll go ahead and lower it down. We're gonna lower it down until we clear that edge right there. And once you clear that edge, we can go ahead and get that bolt out right there. It's sticking out. That 18 that I left is loose. We got that other one going to the other side and transmission's out. Oh, I gotta go and get my transmission jack too. I don't even have it over here right now. Oh, the darn stool came out from under me, guys. Now, the only thing bad about this, guys, is when you let it down, these freaking dog legs kind of mess with you. Because it's going to keep the freaking motor at an angle, which it pisses me off a lot. But we just get this side right here clear. So we got a gap in there now. She should be able to do what I want it to do. Let me look under it. The blinds stop pissing. We get them out. We can just push them out the way for now. A little bit more, guys. A little bit more. You don't want to go too far, but you want to try to keep the engine level. That when you go back up, you don't have to tilt your jack 10 miles. See? We're just going back and forth, guys. Alright, now we're clear. That's all you want. You want that just to clear. Alright. Let me go get my transmission jack. And actually, you go get my transmission jack. And we're going to see if the bridge comes out with no issues. This is the most dangerous part because if it slips off the jack, it's going to hit hard. Alright guys, there's really no right way to put this jack under here because it is sketchy. You can wrap a strap around it. I recommend putting a strap around it going back in. Just be very careful. You put your back in the tripod behind me. I'm gonna get these last 2 bell housing bolts out, and we're gonna go and see if we can get it out. And we're gonna wrap this video up here shortly, guys. Alright guys, we're gonna see if we can get it out. Y'all gonna see if it falls or whatever. So I'm gonna take this pry bar and pry it off a little bit. It should come out. I'll let it get away. Alright, so it's off the dowel pins. And my transmission jack held it. Let's see what it wants to do. Come down slowly. Make sure you ain't gonna get caught or anything. This thing will piss you off. I think I'm off both dowel pins. Yes, I am. See? Gotta hope something get caught. You stop. See what we're getting caught on. Everything's okay. See? Look how dirty I am. This one's been a good storm, guys. Alright. Now here goes the fun part. See if I can slide it out, because I didn't take this thing off right here. Which I'm going to go ahead and get this off real fast. I forgot to take it off, and I'll slide it out. I thought I was going to be able to clear it, but looks like I ain't today. Alright, remember to take that black thing off, the front of it. Some of them don't have that big lip down there. This one had it for some freaking reason. Alright, hopefully we can slide her out now. It might fall off the jack. 90% of the time they do. But look, see what I'm talking about? It makes it harder to slide it out because it wraps around the motor. So you just can't pull straight out. We gotta go sideways. And it actually sucks on my end because my jacks can go right in the dirt in about 2 seconds. Move some of this shit out of the way. But we can come out sideways, guys. Bear with me. And my jack fell in the mud. So, more likely this transmission is going to fall off the jack. But, anyways, y'all seen how to get it out. The hard part is getting it out from underneath the car because it wraps around the motor. You just can't pull it straight out. I mean, there's no way. Plus it's coming. If I had a concrete pad or something, I wouldn't fell down in the mud. But since I'm in the mud, it's gonna make it virtually impossible for me to even get it back up here. But I can drag it as far as I can. Yeah, I'm deep down in the mud. Yeah. I'm so far down the mud, guys, I ain't gonna be able to get it out. I'm gonna have to boil the transmission off the jack. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this video up. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. It took me roughly about 2.5 hours to get this transmission out. I would have got it out a lot faster if I wasn't videoing. But yes, if you're on the ground like I am, you don't got no concrete pads, you got pieces of plywood down, make sure you put extra piece on the driver's side, which I totally didn't do because I got my plywood used for other projects. But if you don't want your jack to fall down in the mud like mine didn't get stuck getting it out, you need to put a piece of plywood over there. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. The next vehicle will probably be, the next one might be taking a transmission out of that Maxima I got in the front yard that somebody ran over or something. But I don't know yet. I got 5 more vehicles here. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys.